For the next generation of athletes, I hope mental health conversations are a normal part of health conversations. We do so much to take care of our bodies, and the mental side of the game is as important, and how we're doing mentally is something that we should devote time to in the same way that we devote time to taking care of our bodies. And I think the more that we set that expectation and have open conversation about it, the more likely we are to be prepared to seek help or talk to someone when we need to.
I was just going through a season of life that was very low and dark, and I'd never experienced that before. And I feel like I've always been just a vulnerable, open book type of person, and I want people to see everything that I go through. I probably tweeted something very real to that extent.
Bethany Balcer tweeted out, kind of like openly disclosed that she came out of one of the games because she was experiencing panic symptoms, and saw it on my timeline and decided to tweet at the NWSL to say, hey, you know, when you all want to be providing psychological services to the club, you know where to find me.
I remember Mariah commenting on it and saying that her resources were available to us. She relates so well, being a former player.
We kind of just started conversations from there about what we wanted to be creating and what kinds of resources they wanted to be providing.
Dr. Mariah Bullock, she's our clinical and sports psychologist, and she meets with our players depending on their needs and what they want to talk about. When they are professional athletes, they are under a lot of pressure, and they have to take out that pressure in some way. And that way is talking about mental health, talking about all the pressures that they suffer, and talking about like how to move on as a human being.
I've worked with Dr. Mariah a couple of times over the past few years, and specifically last year she was a huge resource for me. I lost a friend and former Stanford teammate, Katie Meyer, to suicide. That was a really challenging time, both for me and for a lot of my friends. Being able to speak with someone who could understand and knew where I was coming from, but was maybe outside of my circle of friends and usual support system, was something that I relied on and definitely needed during that time.
OL Reign was the first organization to hire a sports psychologist to support their team members, and that is such a great step forward. This really allows players to get the support they need on and off the field, and it also sends a message to the fans that mental health is something that is important to everyone and that we can talk about it, and it sends a message to other athletes in other sports that challenges exist for everyone.
I'm currently in school to become a licensed mental health counselor. It's been great to just see the inner workings of mental health, and knowing that I can use that in the future to help future athletes is something that I'm super passionate about now, and that excites me because I know that there's a need out there. It's important to know that a mental health journey never really stops. It's always something that you have to work at and you have to put time and attention to.
Having conversations like this are incredibly important for the expansion of access so individuals can get the care they need. And there are great opportunities to seek out treatment and support when needed. Treatment is available and recovery is possible.